On number 21, it says, suppose you have developed a scale that indicates the brightness of sunlight. Each category in the table is 3 times brighter than the next lower category. For example, a day that is dazzling, let me get my pen ready here. A dazzling day is 3 times brighter than a radiant day. How many times brighter is a radiant day than a dim day? Okay, so that means from here to here would be 3 times, and then from here to here would be 3 times. So 3 times 3 gives us 9 times brighter. Okay. Determine whether the events are independent or dependent. Remember, independent, that means that the number we have to choose from doesn't change. Dependent means that total number does change. So each player on a soccer team chooses a jersey from the team jersey set. Each jersey contains a different 2-digit number from 10 to 99. Chris chooses 32, and then Pat chooses 77. Here's the thing. If you all have played sports before, you know, typically, upperclassmen get first choice at jerseys. And if they pick a number that you wanted, you're just out of luck. Okay? Whoever picks the number first, that's the number that they get. So if Chris chose 32, Pat can't have 32, which means that this is a dependent event because what Pat gets depends on what Chris gets. Because Chris takes one out of the pile, that number gets smaller. Okay? It says Sylvia is going on vacation, and this is a separate, you're not doing independent or dependent anymore. Sylvia is going on vacation and has to drive 307 miles. If she has already gone 47 miles in 1 hour and her current speed is 65 miles per hour, how much longer will it take Sylvia to reach her destination? So she has to drive, this is her total miles. She's already gone 47 miles in 1 hour and her current speed is 65 miles per hour. How much longer will it take? So at 65 miles an hour, how long will it take her to finish this drive? So that means her total was 307. She's already driven 47 miles. Plus, she's going 65 miles per hour. Okay? So all I have to do is solve this now. So I'm going to subtract 47 from both sides. So when I do this, I get 260 equals 65h. And if I take 260 divided by 65, I get 4 hours. And that's what it's looking for here because it says how much longer. If they had said how long in all or her total time, we would have had to add this already 1 hour. But that's not what it asks for. Okay? A clothing manufacturer needs 2.4 yards of fabric to make a jacket and 1.6 yards of fabric to make a matching skirt. The number of jackets X, okay, jackets, and then we have skirts, so skirts are Y, can be made from a 48-yard bolt of fabric. That can be represented by this equation. Graph the function and find its intercepts. What does each intercept represent? So they give us the equation. 2.4x, that's a decimal, 2.4x plus 1.6y equals 48. Remember, we've already done some of these on this review. When we're finding intercepts, we say x and y t-chart, 0 for x, 0 for y, solve, right? So I have 2.4 times 0 plus 1.6y equals 48. So that will cancel out. Divide by 1.6 on both sides. So 48 divided by 1.6 gives me 30. So y equals 30. And I want you to look at what y was. Y was skirts, right? So then we have the other side of this. I have to plug in 0 for y now. So 2.4 x plus 1.6 times 0 equals 48. So that cancels out. So I have 2.4x equals 48. I need to divide by 2.4 on both sides. So that means that 48 divided by 2.4 gives me 20. So x equals 20. And I want to remind you that 20 was jackets, or not 20, x was jackets. Okay, so when we graph this, I'm just going to give you a sloppy graph here. I'm going to be at 0, 30 for the first one, and I'm going to be at 20, 0 for the second one. Okay, this is what I have. So when it wants us to explain what it represents, this one is 0, 30, which was 0, remember x and y, we did the one like this the other day. X is jackets, Y is skirts. That means with 0 jackets, we would be able to make 30 skirts out of the 48 yards of fabric. Same thing goes for right here. If I have 20, 0, X and Y again, X represents my jackets, 0 represents my skirts, so we could make 20 jackets and 0 skirts out of that 48 yards of fabric.